to bring it out here from the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Powell's throw complete to Dotson, finding space at the 40. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000.
Just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number, and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. On Herbert, his third interception. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Commanders are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Once more, Etienne. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Travis Etienne, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even 1 step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
Powell throwing for it. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Tyler Bass set to kick off. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Their lead down to Herbert off of play action. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Play action. It's Herbert. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. A big play there with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. So the call's made by Sean McVay. They're going to go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray, and the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about...
On Herbert, his third interception. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Commanders will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Powell, oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Chargers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this ball incomplete. Look, they're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running. And now here is another interception. William Jackson with a pick. And the Commanders will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Powell to the air on 1st and 10. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Washington going to send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the 4th quarter and now can really take some time off. And my goodness, another interception. William Jackson with a pick. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time.
Well, the defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here. Khalil Mack. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
After the sack on 1st down, Powell, and pressure coming, and they got it once again. Dropped for a loss of 7 on multiple defenders.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taking it about the 16. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, fourth quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Cole Turner, an 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Commanders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12.
Commanders 22. Tyler Bass set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone.
Adoree Jackson on the return. The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
From the 17, Herbert. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. William Jackson with a pick.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air is going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
Powell now to throw it.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Derwin James with a pick.
And the Commanders. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and goal at the Chargers' 8-yard line.
Here's Howell. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Howell, 3rd and goal.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. He's at the 50, 30, 10, 5, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Gay is on for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fielded right around the 8.
Now Finley lost it, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
They're going to pass here with Herbert. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert letting one go deep for the end zone.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Gay's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Powell's throw into the hands of McLaurin. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. It's a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. We know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Chargers, they begin the new year 1-0 as they come out victorious here.
You see, it's 2 type of people in life. It's people that wake up and wish they had it. And it's people that wake up and go get it. We go get it, baby. Let's go. Photo poor, so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go-getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it.